What's up, everybody? It's Jed Johnson here from DieselCrew.com. I'm on my way back to Gripmas, and I'm going to pump out a few videos here in the 31 days of Q&A. This is video number 2. I know I'm behind, but I'm going to try and catch up. At the very least, I will get you 31 Q&A videos. So this question comes from Marcus L., and he actually put down 2 or 3 really good questions. So this one was, can you give a brief history of grip sport? So I thought that was pretty cool, so I'm going to go ahead and answer that one first. So I first found out about grip contests. I want to say, I found out about grip training in 2002, and then the first grip contest that I heard about was in 2003. And I wanted to check that out because it seemed pretty cool. By then I had found out a little bit about grip training, and I was doing strongman, and I figured, hey, might as well try to get my grip as strong as possible. So I'll go ahead and sign up for this grip contest as well. Plus it was only like 3.5, 4 hours away in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. So I signed up. But grip sport really, for the most part, started with David Horn. So he did a lot of the all-around weightlifting competitions back in, definitely in the 90s, maybe even as far back as the 80s. I don't recall right now. But he did a lot of that stuff, and he had a website back at this time, 2002, 2003. So I read a lot of his articles. I believe he had a forum on his website at the time, and I really enjoyed going on forums and asking questions, interacting, and learning from other people. So it was pretty cool. So I was able to get a lot of information, starter information from him. And like I said, I went to that contest in 2003. I went to a contest in January of 2004. Flew out to Minnesota for that. Ended up competing against a name you might know, Dave Osland, who was a pro strongman competitor. And he used to do grip sport back in the day. And then Rick Walker was supposed to run another contest in 2004, but didn't. He had to cancel, so we took it over for him, and it was called his contest was Battle for Grip Supremacy. Ours was the Global Grip Challenge. So around this time, there were a couple key areas. You had contests in our area in Pennsylvania. You had contests in the Midwest. I'm drawing a blank on the guy that used to run contests out there. There was a guy named Matt Graham, I believe, who was able to push press the inch dumbbell. I don't think he cleaned it. I think he might have farmer's walked it, but he had some good thick bar strength. So, and another guy, Ben Edwards, was out in there, and I think he eventually ran contests. You had a main group out in Minnesota, like I said, with lots of competitors out there. There was a lot of strongman and grip competitors, steel benders. And then shortly after that, Ohio began growing a real nice community out there. Things were going really, really well. All the way up until about 2008. And around that time, things started to get frayed. So there was a lot of discussion on the grip board about the direction things should go in, and there was a lot of frustration. Around this time, there was also a lot of rule changes with the Iron Mind certs that caused a lot of frustration also. So you started to see people who were in grip for a couple years start to drop out, and the sport lost a lot of momentum. So one of the points of frustration was that there wasn't any organization within grip sport. So I took it upon myself, I believe in 2010, to start the North American Grip Sport Organization, and eventually we dropped the O, and it was just North American Grip Sport. And we have a database that's very mature. It's got contests going all the way back to before 2010. Results from contests, that is. We've got top 100 lists for all of the sanctioned events. And we since then have changed the name to Grip Sport International because we take sanctioned events from all over the world. So it made sense to change it to Grip Sport International instead of North American Grip Sport. Since then, there's another federation in the United States called Arm Lifting USA, and so you have competitors who do both. There's competitors that just go to Grip Sport International. There's competitors that just do Arm Lifting USA. There's rankings for both of them. And Eric Rusain is one of our main database maintenance men. He enters almost all of the results from all sanctioned contests. He's just great dude. One of the guys that runs King Kong. And he develops a top 10 competitor list. So to give you an idea, right now, Tanner Merkel is considered the number one athlete in Grip Sport for North America. I'm number 2. I was number 1 for about a year. And then Tanner has won a couple key contests to overtake me. I'm sorry I don't know the rest of the top 10, but it's a pretty cool ranking system. I don't know the system he uses, but he maintains that and updates it every few months. So it's pretty cool. So for right now, Grip Sport International continues to sanction contests all over the world. And if anyone is interested in running a contest, I'm always a phone call away to help you out with that. And it doesn't take much. You can run a fully fledged sanctioned meet where all the results are maintained in our database. If you don't want to go through the hassle of weighing everything and getting calibrated weights or weighing all of your plates that you use, that's fine. But basically, you can get sanctioned completely, where all of your results go into the database if everything's calibrated, or you can just get sanctioned for qualifications for nationals. And nationals is in July. Our North American Championship. Well, let me say this: in 2020, nationals was in July. Our North American Championship was supposed to be in June, but it got canceled due to COVID. So shit got really messed up this year. In 2021, what I hope to have is more state level and more regional level competitions, which will all be feeders into the national championship and furthermore into the North American Championship. So the schedule is going to change a little bit, but there's some really good things going on behind the scenes. The problem is we used to have a committee that would all do that would work on this together, but at this point it's mainly me and Eric that are doing behind the scenes stuff. Some of the others have just gotten really, really busy. So it's not that they don't want to contribute, it's just they're unable to. So that's kind of how it's progressed over the years. I know I made some big jumps there, but that's kind of how it's progressed, and those are my goals for growth as we go forward. Want to solidify the yearly schedule, want to get more contests going, and by all means, if it's within driving distance and it makes sense business-wise and family-wise, I'm always interested in going and competing in a contest. I don't need to. My days of trying to prove myself and compete in contests all the time are over. I mainly only go and compete at like the major competitions, or if someone asks me, please come and compete, my guys would love to go against you, stuff like that. It's just not a big priority of mine anymore to go all over the place. But we want to get more people involved, so please feel free to reach out. My email is jed.diesel@gmail.com. That's jedd.diesel@gmail.com. Or you can reach me on Facebook or Instagram, whatever the case may be, and I'd love to help you out to get started. So, yeah. that's kind of a brief history and what we're looking at going forward. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please give it a thumbs up. Please share it with your friends. Go ahead and subscribe. Got more stuff coming your way. And get your notifications so you don't miss anything. All the best in your training, everybody. Take care.